Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are doing well. So, today we'll read a poem, The Charge of the Light Brigade. This poem is written by Lord Alfred Tennyson. So, Lord Alfred Tennyson was one of the most popular British poets. So, before starting this poem, I want to ask you a question. Do you think wars can resolve conflicts? Means if there arises a difference between two countries, is war only a solution? Or it can be solved by talks or something else? So I want to know your opinion. And also, if you were a head of a country, how would you handle a difficult situation? Means if you were an authority, what would you do to overcome such a situation? So just think about this question for 2 minutes, and after that let's discuss cross curricular connection. So the Light Brigade was a British horse mounted cavalry unit armed only with swords and lances. The brigade was never intended to attack a field artillery unit had on, but a mistaken order sent them straight into the Russian cannons. So the Light Brigade, who was the Light Brigade? It was the British army who rode on the horses. So they were having only swords and lances. So what are the lances? Lances is a sort of weapon with a wooden shaft and pointed steel head, which is usually used by the soldiers that rode on horses. Okay, so the brigade was never intended to attack. Means there was a mistaken order which was being given to the British soldiers, and they attacked on Russian cannons. Means the Russian soldiers who were having cannons with them, they were having weapons with them. So this charge took place during the Battle of Balaclava in the Crimean War, and it happened on 15 October 1854. So this event took place in the year 1854. It happened during the Crimean War. The charge led by the Lord Cardigan, who was the leader was the Lord Cardigan, did reach the artillery battery and scattered some gunners, but they were destroyed in the process. Means the British soldiers were killed during the war. So the Light Brigade consists of about 670 men. Means before they rode into the battlefield, they were 670, and when they returned, many of them were killed. They were no longer the 670. So now let's start a poem. Half a league, half a league, half a league onward, all in the valley of death rode the 600. Forward the Light Brigade, charge for the guns, he said. Into the valley of death rode the 600. So here half a league is repeated many times by the poet to create the poetic effect. Means the army or the Light Brigade is marching towards their enemies. Half a league means they have covered 1.5 miles distance. So all the 600 soldiers rode into the valley of death. Means who ordered them? He means commander. Their commander ordered them to move forward to attack their enemies. So into the valley of death rode the 600. So according to the poet, they were marching in the valley of death. Means they were marching towards such a situation where death was sure. So now stanza 2. Forward the Light Brigade, was there a man dismayed? Not though the soldier knew someone had blundered. There not to make reply, there not to reason why, there's but to do and die. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Means Light Brigade was moving forward. All the soldiers were moving forward. Was there a man dismayed? So the poet here is asking a question. Was there any soldier who was sad or frightened because they knew that they were in the mouth of death? Someone had blundered. Someone means some leader had made a big mistake by asking them to move forward. Then in these very lines, the poet is replying at the same time that the soldiers were very brave and loyal. They did not reply to their leader. They never ask any question to their leader. Their duty is just to do and die, means to die for their country and do what they are asked by their commander. So here the same lines are repeated. Into the valley of death rode the 600. So here beta, you can see in the pictures that are given here, there is not a single trace of fear on the faces of these soldiers, and they look very keen to attack their enemies. So now just let's move to the stanza 3. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon in front of them, volleyed and thundered. Stormed at with shot and shell, boldly they rode and well into the jaws of death, into the mouth of hell rode the 600. Cannon means tope. So they were surrounded by their enemies from all sides. So means their enemies were ready to kill them. So volleyed and thundered, stormed at with shot and shell, means the gunshot of the enemies and bombs were flashing in the air, and soldiers were moving in the jaws of death bravely. So these 600 soldiers, without any sign of fear, were moving towards their death. Now stanza 4. Flashed all their sabres were, flashed as they turned in air, sabring the gunners there, charging an army while all the world wondered, plunged in the battery smoke, right through the line they broke. Cossack and Russian reeled from the sabre stroke, shattered and sundered. Then they rode back, but not the 600. So the soldiers, sabres means sword. The soldiers flashed their swords in the air, and they were attacking their enemies. They took out their swords and start flashing in the air, and the gunners start hitting or shooting them. Means they attacked such an army on which the whole world wondered. Means the whole world were in shock because they were confronting cannons with their swords. Plunged in the battery smoke, right through the line they broke. Means as they crossed the border line, enemy's soldiers who were lashed with bombs were in front of them. Battery smoke, here battery smoke means there was smoke due to gunshots and bombs etc. all around them. So Cossack and Russian means enemy, which were Cossack and Russian, they start killing them. And the attack was so severe that the enemies were trembling due to fear of death. Reeled from the sabre stroke, shattered and sundered, means with the help of their swords they made the enemy shocked and upset, and they split apart. So and then they rode back, but not the 600. Means then they came back from the war, but now they were not 600 anymore, as many of them were killed in the war, and the poet is very sad at their demise. So now stanza 5. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon behind them, volleyed and thundered, stormed at with shot and shell, while horse and hero fell. Means the same lines are repeated to convey the message that they were trapped in such a war zone where they were surrounded with cannons, and due to the gunshots, due to the bombs, there was a smoke all around in the atmosphere. So while horse and hero fell, here hero means the brave soldiers who were dying. Next, then they that had fought so well came through the jaws of death back from the mouth of hell. All that was left of them left of 600. Means they fought so bravely. Now they are coming back from the jaws of death, from the mouth of hell. But all that were left from 600, means they were not 600 anymore. So when can their glory fail? Oh, the wild charge they made, all the world wondered. Honor the charge they made, honor the light brigade, noble 600. Means at last, in last stanza, poet is asking a question that obviously answers yes. So means the highest achievement of the brave soldiers will never fade, or it will be always remembered. Though so the British that fought in the war will always be remembered for their bravery. They will always be praised how they attacked their enemies. They will always honor the brave soldiers. The world is wondering at their bravery. So the attack that they had done on Russian with such a such a bravery, and just only with sword, will always be recognized by the whole world. Means all the 600 soldiers were very noble. They were very brave. I hope you all enjoyed reading this poem. Thank you very much for listening.